Hi, my name is Roland Sawatzky and I'm the Curator of History at the Manitoba Museum. And today I'm going to be talking about Winnipeg as a city of contrasts. So, in its past 150 years, the citizens of Winnipeg have often had to fight against inequality, like economic inequality and racism. And these are problems that are ongoing in our city, as they are in many cities around the world. But I want to point to a few artifacts here that bring out those stories. So, the inequality, the economic inequality in Winnipeg was here since day one, and it was actually often separated by the rail lines into the north end and the south end. And that's changed somewhat over the years, but that divide is still there. This eventually came to a head during World War I when we had inflation and a depression and soldiers coming back but didn't have any work, and there were pressures on the unions at the time. And this resulted in the Winnipeg General Strike. And so we have a few artifacts of the General Strike here, including a billy club used by special police who were there to suppress strikers, and also a Winnipeg Special Police armband and a union ribbon. The Winnipeg General Strike only lasted 6 weeks, and it was unsuccessful in getting what the workers wanted, but a lot of the leaders that were involved in that movement entered politics, both at the federal and the provincial level, and even some at the city council level. And they are the ones who really pushed for change to build up the welfare state of Canada. The other story here that we're telling is the story of racism against Indigenous peoples in Winnipeg, in particular. And this story, again, is an old one. From 1870 onwards, this was very, very common here in Manitoba and in Winnipeg. One thing I want to show you here is the Idle No More t-shirt. This was a movement that began in 2012 as a way to honor Indigenous sovereignty and the environment. And a lot of protests and calls for social justice and social change came out of this movement. And we also have this amazing painting by Norval Morrisseau. And he was one of the original Indigenous group of 7, as they're sometimes known. And that group started in Winnipeg, and they really transformed the way Canadians and the world think about Indigenous art. So if you want to learn more about the history of Winnipeg and the history of social justice issues in Winnipeg, please come down to the Manitoba Museum and check out the Winnipeg Gallery.